As this bull run continues to drive speculation in the hearts of many, both the U.S. stock markets and the crypto market, as well as most commodities, are on a continuous tear since the election of Donald Trump. However, even with this positive sentiment and crypto-friendly policy shifts, one thing that most people have taken for granted is the changes in how the current market environment is operating. I have traded the S&P 500 myself personally for the last 6 years, and one thing I have noticed is that the market has been very frustrating for inexperienced traders. One reason for this is because of the consistent spoofing and long spells of ranging and consolidation before breakouts. When this happens, your patience is being tested. Those breakouts do come, but have you apportioned your risk correctly in the event it's a fake out? Secondly, this brings me to the crypto bull run and people's unbelievably wacky predictions. I've seen this many times. I've been through 2 or 3 bear markets and 2 or 3 bull markets, and it's mind-boggling that most people learn nothing. For example, this cycle Bitcoin went from $30,000 to an all-time high of $124,000. And people who could actually do with this money they have made are not withdrawing some profits or any at all, largely because of this big cult movement we call diamond hands. The average investor does not have a large enough position size to see an enlarged gain, and most retail investors are using their own money, and even more scary. Some people are leverage trading. I believe it's wise to always adapt a risk-free approach to the market. You get yourself into the markets at the most favorable opportunities, and once you have made some profit that you gives you those butterflies, you start to whittle down that position. Thirdly, that brings me on to altcoins. Solana will be my first example. Solana came back from the dead. This cycle it went from $20 and is now $200. That's a 10x gain, and the average retail investor is still calling for $1,000. This prediction for this current cycle, it's just very unlikely. XRP is another perfect example. People screaming it will go to $1,000. I can even understand this logic. XRP is currently at a $180 billion market cap. For it to go to $1,000, it would have to reach 100 trillion market cap this cycle, which is just the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. The total crypto market cap of every single coin as a collective makes up $4 trillion. So let that sink in. Lastly, crypto narratives are what drive the market. Narratives are born and narratives die. Most people have an emotional attachment to their portfolio. I sympathize. I was this silly 6 years ago too. However, we have to wake up. Some or most altcoins will never ever see an all-time high again, and that's because most securities produce diminishing returns. That is a law in these markets. The only projects that stay are the ones of institutional interest. These are the projects that dominate the market, for example, Ethereum, Bitcoin, Solana. I hope this has given food for thought, and if you found this video helpful, comment and subscribe. We really need your support.